serious abuse and are profiting from a lot of fucking bullshit. Yeah, it really pisses people the fuck off. Not to mention how they take advantage of a lot of immigrants that don't speak very well English, who think they're just signing papers for an apartment or for their legal documents. And they're using those people's names just like they used the ones they were signing up for college grants. Anthem College, a few other ones. Right, Pelosi? Clinton? Right. So they use people's names and they get all these grants, money, and funding in their name. The person doesn't even know. And then when somebody goes to question them, they're like, what money? What are you talking about? This person's coming here asking me about money. No money. Right, and then when you see, how they're living and, some of them play stupid on purpose. Right? So that can piss you off when they play stupid, because people have played stupid on purpose so many times that sometimes the one that's really just doesn't speak well English and has been fucked with ends up getting smacked or taken out because they think they're playing stupid like the other ones. It happens. There are radicals everywhere, man, that don't work for anybody, that care. That's how it works. You get those papers? Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, good morning.
But I do know that we're missing a very, very big piece of the conversation. And as a matter of fact, when I study a field, inevitably, any field, even this one, you will always get a lot of perspectives from a lot of different people. The first thing that I do is tune in with those people. Who are they? What is their fundamental cosmology? What are they actually believing about who we are and where we are and what this is? And what orchestrates all these events? And there's a fundamental difference in perspectives. One that is a reactionary, externalized worldview, meaning that a lot of people that exercise, that comment on world events publicly and have visible profiles and are very visible to the world, look at the world as something that happens outside of them. It is a reality that unfolds, and there is no real understanding as to why it unfolds or how it unfolds. It's just something that unfolds, and they continue to react to it. And they can be, bless you, my love, they can be brilliant researchers. Like, they could be brilliant at gathering the facts of a case. For example, people are going to go really deep into David Wilcock's background, and they're going to do some serious investigating, which is good and important. However, as I always say, who you are while you're doing something is of the utmost importance. So if you're somebody who believes that reality simply unfolds and we are sort of a leaf in the wind, and all we can do is react to events in the world, I don't listen to those people on principle, because I don't think that they have gone to the fundamentals of how this functions. So I might be wrong, but this is where we stand. Fundamentally, I can't say believe, because in my perspective I know, but that's loaded. So I'll say we believe that all of reality
That's some good insight there. Someone was saying, so what he was just saying, does he mean in reference to reality and unfolding, and it just happens, or having some kind of, like, what you think and what you believe, how that actually does change your reality? what is real.
Whoa. I just had like 5 heads pop up in class. Correction. It does not change. Creates. Right? Because you can't change what yet does not already exist. I get what you're saying there. I just like, not change, create. Gotcha. Because you cannot change that which does not already exist. That is very beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, people say that as far as different
You
things
just
and
wake up, have your
realizations.
alarm clock play this song?
Sometimes will
Oh, you
change
do
their
have
whole
your alarm
path
clock things?
and occupations based off of a revelation. Right, for instance, if you want to talk about what other things we've been talking about when it comes to, just to use an example there, I can use a lot of different occupations, but this was just the first one that came to mind, probably because we were just talking about that. Some of the doctors that we had worked with over the years, and other people too, when they realized the dangers of prescription drugs and how much more safe and effective other things were, they completely changed their occupation, and they said they were so grateful they were able to, and they realized a lot of their colleagues would not have been able to do the same things, and that many of them would like to. They got to pay their college tuitions. Yeah, you get a lot of school bills. You got to pay for, the bills. Yeah, so not everybody has enough of a cushion to be able to just drop an occupation that they paid a lot of money to go to school for. And open another business and have some kind of security. Like, people like that sense of security as opposed to doing something that might not work out. I'm going to stick with what I know is going to get my paycheck or salary to me every week or whatever it is. Right, and they go against, that's a discussion that they have, how they're going against, right, that kind of what they...
That's a great question. So someone in class, and I love the response, someone said, okay, so if that's true, how come when I go into my Western medicine doctor, who is mandated by law to enforce their treatments, plans, right, there's a process and procedure too for almost any symptom. Right, first this, and this, and usually this, and this totally suck. And then they might give you something that works. Yeah, that's better. And then that's going to teeter off. Teeter off, that's the word we were looking for there yesterday. It's going to teeter off, and then they might need to up their dose or change it. Right, and each one of those medications, there's 4 right there, just for a little bit of anxiety. It costs a lot of money, too. Someone makes a lot of money, too, yes. The patient pays nothing. Sometimes they have a small copay. They might have to pay $1 or $2 at the pharmacy. Yeah, their doctor's appointments are paid for. Right, which is important. People should have access to health care. Right. So a lot of people know what the issue's been with some of those systems for quite a while. But that's just how it is. Right, but see, that's the thing, is people don't have a choice. Not at that level, as far as getting, right, they can just opt out and not get any care at all and try to find someone that'll sell them something they want, right? again, back to square one. These are the issues. There are programs and systems that they didn't want to put in place that could have helped educate and prevent a lot of issues that we see today and have been watching for quite some time. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, each one of those medications is someone that has invested in those drugs, and there's probably 5 or 6 people that bank every time a paid for appointment and prescription is given out to someone who might have a little anxiety. I know, and that prescription, they can overdose on it, they can kill someone with it. I know, just the mentality, you try to get through to people, and when they just don't want to see it at all because that's their bread and butter. It's sick and it's disgusting and it's disturbing. Next. I know, and then they realize it's wrong. I've made all this money. Yes, you're right, it's wrong. Okay. Time for me to go. Next. Right. I mean, you don't want to stay in that business too long anyways. I mean, you can make $1 million overnight real quick and then skedaddle. Right. I mean, yeah, a lot more than that. You're right. You might have to stick around more than a day or two for that much, so. As far as like pulling in or out of an investment. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes they get lawsuits, but they don't seem to care because they know if they do get any lawsuits, it won't be that many. Well, a lot of them, they're protected, so you can't sue. But sometimes there are situations where some very smart, aware people get some pretty big lawsuits, yeah? Right, and they're willing to take the smack on the wrist and the few lawsuits they're going to get, and then all they do is they get rid of that drug. They go to court, a few people sue them, they get fined, and they pull the drug off the market. They're ordered, pull that drug off the market. Yes, judge. Right, so if you want to get deeper and sicker with some of these cases, over the years we've seen how a lot of them that are very smart, people that are like lawyers and know their shit, yeah, they'll be the ones to get the lawsuits because they know a few people are going to get some lawsuits, they're going to go to court, get fined. The money they make off of how there's a lot of people that got it prescribed to them that didn't get injuries or didn't claim to have injuries and have the means or awareness or wherewithal to sue them. Right, so this is a business too. So it's set up so they know, boom, this drug is going to go out. Right, it's probably actually not going to harm too many people. It could just be a placebo, who knows. Right, and usually the people who claim to have injuries, they're all in it to get like doctors. They'll write up the report, came in, had these symptoms, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes the doctor's not in on it. Yeah, the patient just apparently appears to have some side effects, and they have to write up what they see. And those side effects could be from something else, who knows? But on paper, yeah, they got it prescribed on this day. Boom, 7 days later, they're back saying, look, right? I mean, who knows what it could really be from, right? So the doctor has to write up, right? Severe rash, anaphylactic shock. It was horrible. They almost died. Some traumatic experience. Oh, it's a traumatic experience. I have nightmares about it. It's going to affect me for the rest of my life. Anyways, so, right, so they get their few lawsuits, they pull their drug, they make their money, and then they invest in the next drug. They get a few of their friends claim to have injuries, they get some big lawsuits, they take it off the market, boom, invest in the next one. So yeah, this has been a huge business model over the years. People get sick of that shit too, and nobody seems to ever want to fucking talk about it. Try some stem cells! Wow, wow, wow! What the fuck, dudes? Right, so anyways.
Really want to do it, and they're stuck in these jobs,
Love you too,
Where they're
babe.
just-
What's up?
checking the boxes and doing regulated, mandated things. Even if they disagree with them, they have to do that.
We went above the
Right, it's almost like
victory
a police
scale.
officer. Somebody, they pull somebody over and, they want to give them a break, maybe on a ticket or something for whatever reason. It's a friend. They're nice to them. Right, whatever it is, like, they would get in trouble for that because everything is, right, body cameras, everything. Like, hey, you can't do that. They'd probably get fired. Right. So when you understand those things, right, and I remember some of those doctors that were able to, have that cushion, and some of them opened up marijuana clinics. Yeah. Yeah, some like doing the energy work and the Reiki.
Kiana report that 14-year-old Bella, who did the 16-19, was found safe on April 23rd. Scott Scott turned 57 years old. On April 21st. Mike Lee, the owner of Cannon Electric, 25 years, retired. April 25th, after 40 years as an electrician. Quote unquote, nothing can shock you anymore. That's Kate. Corey Carroll and his wife celebrated 12 years together. Jordan Kraft, his message got to this place last week. But Sharon will give me a hard time about this, but he wanted to wish Sheriff Mike Mark and myself happy birthday. Thank you, Jordan. Sue Haggard, happy birthday, April 25th. Round Seaview High School alum Katie from Watertown has been listening to LOP since day one. Turns 59 on April 28th. Catherine Hess and all her best biker buddies, hope your big surgery goes well. A member of our Ramsey County Sheriff's Office family and a friend of mine, Tracy Bignato, plans to celebrate her April 24th birthday with the Back Feeders after attending her daughter's hockey game. Go out from your coworkers. Corey Carroll's wife is here. What her
A bit.
deepest
I can hear a little
fears
bit of
and
case
anxieties
in case.
or truths are, how we express those, and so forth.
40s.
Why this matters in the big scheme of things. We have a situation, and this, I just mentioned a few, very few small things.